abuse it. This is the story of hatred and how some live it, but also a story of grace and how God gives it. This is the story of the beautiful Esther and her momentous destiny, the story of godly Mordecai, her noble protector. This is a story of treacherous Haman who will stop at nothing. This is the story of defiant Queen Vashti and her self-deceived husband, King Xerxes. This is a story of the Jews who lived in exile, the story of Purim and the casting of lots. It is a story of danger and deliverance, of greed and goodness, and although some time ancient and far off, it is nevertheless a story for such a time as this.
Arbona, a human, look at all the wealth I have given you. I am the most powerful, richest man in all the world. I have my summer palace, and this, my winter palace. The most beautiful women in the world belong to me. They come with a move of my finger, and they leave with a flick of my wrist. But they come only when I bid them come. And they leave only when I give them.
Yes, Your Majesty. You are a powerful and wealthy king. You are an emperor. You are also a fine and good king.
Yes, I do believe I am. As such, I wish to be generous. I want to reward all of the good noblemen and officials and governors and administrators and even all of the officers of my armies of Media and Persia. I want to reward them with a great banquet. A great banquet, one that will last for 6 months. We'll have the best of everything, and I'll show them all the wealth of the realm.
And so he did, and what a banquet it was! But that was not the end of the celebration.
That was a wonderful party, yes. But I feel so good, I'll have another one. But who should I invite? I mean, all of my governors and administrators and noblemen and officials and even all the officers of my great armies are exhausted. I feel like another party.
O generous King Xerxes, invite the men of the city, whether they be rich or poor, and you will know what a great king you are.
What a magnificent idea. Prepare for another banquet.
Prepare for another banquet. Prepare for another banquet.
Prepare for another...
Queen Vashti, the king is giving another banquet.
Another one? Oh, I'm surprised he survived the first one. 6 months. Can you believe it? He entertained those men for 6 months. Oh, the servants were exhausted. Has he no sense of appropriateness? He's always ordering everyone around, showing off. Bring me this, bring me that.
you have heard that Queen Vashti has done, I sent a command to her to come, and well, she refused to obey.
Yes, Your Majesty. We heard that she refused to come when the king commanded her to come. She defied your orders.
Well, that she did. But, yes, she's a very beautiful woman, but I can't have her defy me like this. That would cause chaos everywhere.
Your Majesty, Queen Vashti not only insulted you, the king, but all of your officials. In fact, every man in the empire.
Indeed.
If it please your Majesty, issue a royal proclamation so that Vashti may never appear before the king. And once your proclamation is made known throughout this huge empire, every woman will treat their husband with the proper respect, whether he's rich or poor.
Yes, my wise man, that's a wonderful idea, yes. Bring me my servants. I will write the law today, and I will have it sent to every province. Now, be sure to write the language of each province so that everyone clearly understands. Be it known that every husband shall be the master of his home and will speak with final authority.
Hear ye, hear ye! King Xerxes sends this message to all the people of the empire. Be it known that every husband shall be the master of his home and shall speak with final authority.
King Xerxes, master of his home, message to all people of the empire. Be it known that every husband shall be the master of his home.
Be it known that every husband shall be the master of his home and shall speak with final authority.
Time passed, and the king's anger finally cooled down. But he kept thinking about what Vashti had done and his proclamation against her. It was as though he was obsessed.
Sire, we can see that you are disturbed, that you cannot rest at night for thinking of that Queen Vashti.
We've been talking, good King Xerxes, and we have an idea that might help relieve your mind.
Yes, we suggest that you go out and make a search for a young, beautiful kid.
Yes, you can apply, you can appoint officials to every province of your empire. Have them bring these beautiful ladies to your harem in Susa. Put them in care of Haggai, the eunuch in charge of your women. Let them be given the beauty treatment.
Have them come before you. Spend some time with some of the most beautiful ones. Then take the one you like the best and make her queen in Vashti's place.
Yes, I like that very much. Yes, okay. Why didn't I think of that myself?
Now, there was in Susa a Jew named Mordecai. There were many Jews who lived in the Media and Persia who had been taken captive by the kings when Israel was defeated in battle. Mordecai had a cousin named Esther, and what a beauty she was, from the tip of her toes to the top of her head. When her parents died, Mordecai adopted her and brought her up as his own daughter.
Oh, Cousin Mordecai, I'm so frightened. The king has ordered young women to be brought to the palace. He's going to select a new queen.
Yes, my lovely child, the king's proclamation has been made that the loveliest of the young maidens is to be brought to the palace. You are very lovely, my little orange blossom. Your skin is like silk, your features like a delicate flower. You are beautiful to behold. You may be the one to please the king.
I'm so young. I thought I would marry one of our own. And I know that many people hate us because we're Jews.
That they do, but we need not hate them. If we do our duty and remain faithful, we will be blessed, and one day we'll return to our home in Jerusalem.
But I'm so afraid of how I'll be treated in the king's harem.
I will watch after you, my dear one. I will remain close to the palace and keep an ear open. In fact, I will walk in the courtyard outside the king's harem every day. I will know how you are getting along and what is to become of you. The God of our fathers will also be with you. But it would be best for you to remain silent about being Jewish, for we have enemies, and there are those who wish to destroy us as a people. There are some things that others need not know, that are best kept quiet within our own hearts.
They brought us
are many flowers in the king's garden, in the king's garden from which you must choose, but you have been given the rarest beauty. Have you been eating that special diet I gave you?
Yes, good Haggai, I have. You treat me with too much kindness.
Nonsense. When one finds a diamond, he must place it on a cushion. Yes, when one finds a gem that glistens with beauty, he must polish it and make it shine for the whole world to see. Although you have received 6 months of treatment with the oil of myrrh, and an additional 6 months with the oil of balsam, you didn't need it. You brought your beauty with you. My king will be so pleased that I have taken such good care of you. Who knows, my dear, you may be the one he chooses as his queen.
But other girls are as beautiful as I, even more beautiful. I am but an orphan.
Your beauty is matched only by your humility. Soon it will be your turn to go to the king, and you may choose any garment you would like to wear. Although I happen to know that the king especially likes silver, and you would be lovely in this.
So what am I to do when the king bids me to come?
The king will call you in the evening, and you will spend the night with him. In the morning you will be placed in the care of my friend Shashbaz, a kind man. You will remain with the king's concubines. You will not go to the king again unless he calls for you again by name.
God give me grace that I may be an image of tranquility. God give me peace within my heart, and joy within me from the start. The steadfast love of God is here. God is with me, I shall not fear. The Lord is at my side. In God I will abide. All that I have is from your heart. All that I am, you set apart. You are the one who brought me here. In peace and then remove my fear. The steadfast love of God is here. God is with me, I shall not fear. The Lord is at my side. In God I will abide. All beauty resting in my face is but a mirror of your grace. You make me as I am today. Through all the given is your plan. The steadfast love of God is here. God is with me, I shall not fear. The Lord is at my side. In God I will abide.
What kind of beauty do you have for me today?
I will let you judge for yourself, Your Majesty, although I believe you will find this one especially lovely to behold. Her hair is beautiful on her cheeks and falls along her neck like jewels. Like a lily among thorns is this young maiden in the midst of the others. She needs no chains of gold or ornaments of silver to bring beauty to her, for there is radiance in her eyes, fragrance in her skin, and enchantment in her voice. She is fairer than the fairest of the fair.
All right, enough. Leave off your tale of credibility lest you raise my pulse and my expectations beyond reality, and then I'd be disappointed with your choice. Bring her in. Let me judge for myself.
Your Majesty, I present Esther.
So, this is Esther. Come to me, that I may see your lovely face and hear your enchanting voice. From what village do you come?
I am from the city, Your Majesty.
Ah, a local here. Fortunately undiscovered by the young men of our fine city. And if I may, what has kept you hidden away until now? Who are your parents?
My parents are dead. I was raised by my cousin.
Well, I can see he hid a jewel from the world. Yes, hey guy, you are quite right. She is lovely to behold. How lovely the gem that is hidden, unnoticed by those all around, until with the heart of a seeker, the beauty within can be found. Lovely gem is hid from all, until its light we now recall. So let us with joy raise our voices. Let us be glad we have found beauty and joy in the moment. Joy in the moment. Jewels and gems all around. How lovely the jewel of the garden, when brought to the palace above. How pure is the word of the dear one, as soft as the song of a dove. How sweet is the sound of the music, that vibrates within every heart. How thankful we are to the giver, planted this joy in our heart. So let us with joy raise our voices. Let us be glad we have found beauty and joy in the moment. Joy in the moment. Jewels and gems all around. Now, come with me, my precious jewel. You will spend the night with me.
And so it happened that Esther won the king's favor and affection, and he loved her more than all the other maidens. So he chose her to be his queen.
Argona! Vista! Hey, human! Bring my royal crown. Bring the royal robes. Bring all the people. I have found the one who shall be queen. And today she shall be crowned queen in front of all of my subjects.
We are assembled, Your Majesty, and we rejoice with you.
Ah, rejoice you may, for I have found a fair and lovely woman, as full of humility as she is of charm and beauty. Yes, she shall surely come when I bid her come, only when I bid her come. Yes, she shall be my good and lovely queen.
Shall she be brought in, Your Majesty?
Oh yes, bring her in. We will crown her. Let it be known to all of my subjects in all 127 provinces of the Persian Empire that I, King Xerxes, declare Esther to be Queen of Persia. Let it be known that Esther is my queen. Now let us have a feast to celebrate this day. Let this be known as Esther's feast. For in her honor, in all the provinces, taxes will be lowered. And gifts will be given to all of the princes and noblemen. And to all of my officials and all of the officers of my great armies. Yes, this shall be a day to be remembered.
Yes, Esther became queen, but she remained obedient to her cousin Mordecai's warning to tell no one that she was Jewish. In the meantime, Mordecai was appointed by the king to an administrative position in the palace. During that time that Mordecai held office in the palace, 2 of the palace servants who guarded the entrance to King's room became hostile to King Xerxes and plotted to assassinate him. Mordecai learned about this and told Queen Esther, who then told the king, letting him know that it was Mordecai that had informed her of the plot. There was an investigation, and it was discovered that the report was true. So the men were hung on the gallows. Now, there was a man of nobility, a man named Haman, who rose in King Xerxes' favor. In fact, he was promoted to the position of prime minister above all other nobility. He loved his position, and the fact that the king ordered all the officials in his service to show their respect for him by kneeling and bowing to him.
I am rich, I am strong, I'm in charge here all day long. I'm the one with the ring, I have power of the king. You must bow, you must scrape, you must grovel, you must praise, you must beg, you must plead, then I'll see just what you need. If you come with a smile, I could make your time worthwhile. If you come with a bribe, I could wink, you could hide, never know what I'll do. It could mean a lot to you. It depends on what I feel. Fortune's wheel. Life is hard, don't complain. You must have a little pain. Money's tight, it's don't meat. Then eat veggies, don't eat meat. Think I'm wrong, I am right. In the day and in the night. Think it stings what I've done, call 911. I'm number one, I control everyone. Bow to me, you will see I'm the one.
Are you not aware of the king's orders to bow and kneel before the king's servant Haman?
I am aware.
Do you not see Haman's displeasure?
I do.
Day after day, you stand in defiance. Do you not know Haman's influence with the king?
I do.
Then why do you not kneel and bow before Haman?
Because I am a Jew, and I cannot bow to Haman as though he were a god. There is but one God, and I will not bow to Haman.
Don't you know what can happen to you?
I am a Jew, and I must remain faithful to my beliefs. Maiden got timid.
It's only too obvious.
And we know why he does this.
Yes.
He is a Jew.
A Jew? Mordecai is a Jew?
Yes, and he says he cannot bow to you. Something about his beliefs.
We will see about his beliefs. A Jew, you say? I think it's time to get rid of these Jews.
Well, that would be very difficult. There are thousands of Jews, and they're scattered throughout the kingdom. There are many right here in Susan. Sure, it's good to get rid of the Jews.
There might be a way. You know how the king listens to me. I am the prime minister. As you can see, I even wear the king's ring. Whatever I stamp with, it becomes law. Yes, I think I can easily convince the king that these Jews are a menace. They are different from the rest of the folk and hold themselves out to be something special. The chosen race. Chosen are they? I choose they be annihilated, eradicated, erased from the face of the earth. Yes, I can easily convince the king that it's time to get rid of these Jews. Bring in the service with the Purim. We shall catch lots to see the best time to free ourselves from these pests.
They did cast lots, or Purim, as they called it then, to determine the 13th day of the 12th month was the day to carry out this plot to kill all the Jews.
My good King Xerxes, for 12 years you have reigned over this magnificent kingdom. For 12 years you have given fair rule and have had peace in the land. For 12 years there has been prosperity. For the last 2 years it has been my great honor to be the Prime Minister of the greatest kingdom in the world.
Okay. All right, Haman, you want something, what is it? Get on with it.
Surely, Your Majesty, you have noticed that there is a certain race of people found all over the empire, found in every province who are, well, different from the rest of the folk. They have not assimilated themselves into our custom, but insist on being separate and maintaining their own customs.
Well, we can accommodate a few differences.
Yes, Your Majesty, we can. But these people do not obey the laws of the land, and therefore it is not in your best interest to tolerate them.
Well, make them obey.
It's not that easy. They have strong beliefs and customs they have held for hundreds of years. They are a strong-willed group and could corrupt the whole kingdom.
See,
Yes, Your Majesty, this is very serious, but I have an idea that might just alleviate the problem.
you do?
Yes, Your Majesty, I have cast Purim, and it seems that on the 13th day of the 12th month would be a good time to carry out my plan. And if it please Your Majesty, on that day we will put to death every Jew in the kingdom.
Every Jew?
Every Jew, get rid of them all. And if it please Your Majesty to issue such a decree, I will personally guarantee that I will be able to put 375 tons of silver into the royal treasury. For some of these Jews have become quite wealthy in your kingdom.
It just all seems rather extreme.
Extreme danger calls for extreme measure. You taught me that. And you would be rid of them once and for all.
All right. Okay. Write the decree. Use the reed to stamp the proclamation. The Jewish people and their money are yours to do with as you wish.
Yes, Your Majesty, as you wish. Annihilate, eradicate, get rid of every Jew. Eliminate and confiscate the bodies of this crew. Oh, let us not procrastinate, for we can stir up greed and hate. The king is body in my hands, and I am mighty in this land. Annihilate, eradicate, get rid of every Jew. Annihilate, eradicate, get rid of every Jew. not bow down when Haman walks through the palace and on the city streets. Send this message to all the provinces of the kingdom. Write it in all the languages of all the peoples. Deliver it to all the rulers, governors, and officials, for it is stamped with the ring of King Xerxes and can never be revoked.
Hear ye, hear ye. King Xerxes sends a message to all the people of the empire. Be it known that on the 13th day of Adar, the 12th month of the year, all Jews shall be killed, young and old, men and women and children. They are to be slaughtered without mercy, and their belongings are to be taken from them.
Children. They are to be slaughtered without mercy, and their belongings are to be taken from them.
The 12th month of the year, all Jews will be killed.
In every province, wherever the king's edict and his decree was heard, there was great mourning among the Jews. The people were thrown into confusion, tore their clothes. There was fasting and weeping and lamenting. They pleaded for God to save them from this destruction. Some of them lay on the ground, covering themselves with sackcloth and ashes, as was their custom when the threat of death was upon them.
Jews are to be killed on the 13th day of the month of Adar, and everything they own is to be taken as plunder. It seems that this was Haman's idea, and Haman promised to put 375 tons of silver into the royal treasury if the king would allow him to do this. That is why Mordecai and his people all over the kingdom are weeping and wailing.
Oh, Haggai, you know now that I, too, am a Jew.
Yes, my queen, I know it now.
If it becomes known that I'm a Jew, is my life also in danger?
I do not know, your majesty, but your cousin Mordecai has asked that you, as Xerxes' queen, go to him, plead with him, and beg him to have mercy on your people.
Surely he knows that if anyone, man or woman, who dares go into the inner palace of the courtyard of the king without an invitation will be killed. That is the law. Surely he knows that. Everyone knows that from the king's advisors to the people in the provinces.
Yes, that is true, your majesty, although there is one way to get around that law. If the king holds out his scepter to the person who approaches, only then may that person's life be spared.
That is the law, but it has been a month since the king has sent me. Go tell Mordecai that I cannot approach the king without an invitation.
Mordecai, the queen has received your message, but according to the law, she cannot go to the king unless she is summoned by him, for she is in danger of being killed.
I know the law, and I know the king can hold out his scepter if he so chooses. But you must tell Esther that she must not imagine that she is safer than any other Jew, just because she is in the royal palace. Give her this message, Haggai. If you remain silent at such a time as this, relief and deliverance will arise for the Jews from heaven, but you and your father's house will perish. And who knows whether you have not come into this kingdom for such a time as this.
I will give her the message.
She received the message and pondered it deeply.
Perhaps he is right. How unlikely that I, an orphan, a Jew, would become queen of an empire. And yet here I am. Perhaps God has selected me for this task. Perhaps I have come into this kingdom for such a time as this.
tell me what it is that you want and you shall have it, even if it is half my kingdom.
Please, Your Majesty, I would like to invite you and Haman to a banquet I'm preparing for you tonight.
A banquet, but it shall be as you wish. Tell Haman to come quickly that we may do as Esther desires.
The king and Haman attended the banquet Esther prepared, and as they were drinking wine, the king asked Esther about her petition, reaffirming that he will give to whatever she asked, even to above half the kingdom, it would be granted. But Esther simply replied, "My petition or my request is this. If the king regards me with favor, and if it pleases the king to grant my petition and fulfill my request, let the king and Haman come tomorrow to the banquet I will prepare for them. Then I will answer the king's petition." The king agreed, and as Haman was ecstatic when he departed, that is, until he came across Mordecai at the king's gates. For Mordecai did not rise or show any kind of respect, but Haman restrained himself and went home.
Oh, my good friend. Hey!
Here's Sarah, my lovely wife.
Ah, yes.
Without wanting to boast. Perhaps you would drink a toast to me.
Yeah, let's drink it.
For the wealth I have accumulated.
Oh, yeah, for the wealth.
Many sons I have fathered.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention the position I have gained in this the mightiest kingdom in the world.
To the position,
Yes, and I'd like to drink to the fact that the king has elevated me above all other noblemen and officials in the land. You might say I'm about as important as a man can become.
Yeah. Let's have a drink.
So, would you like to drink to your good friend Haman?
Yeah, I would like
Prime
to.
Minister of the Medes and the Persians?
Yeah, that too.
And you might like to drink to the fact that the queen gave a banquet today for no one but the king and me.
Oh,
You should drink to the fact that the king has given me the ring that may just finally seal the fate of those obstreperous Jews. And what's more, the queen is giving a banquet tomorrow for no one but the king and me again. What do you say to that?
Oh, let's hear it for Haman.
Let's hear it for Haman, the choice of the king. With him he finds favor and gives him his ring. He sits at the right of the king's lightning round. He dines with the queen, he and Xerxes alone. He has so much power, the people bow down. They praise him all over the town. Let's hear it for Haman, the choice of the king. With all drink to him, he can do anything. They praise him all over the town. Let's hear it for Haman, the choice of the king. Let's all drink to him, he can do anything. But all of this gives me no pleasure as long as I see that Jew Mordecai sitting at the king's gate. Oh, and get rid of it!
Kill him. Yes, Haman. The king will give you anything you want. So go to the king and ask him to have him hanged. Build a gallows. 75 feet high. Yes. And go to the king in the morning and say, let's get Mordecai hanged today. And then go to the banquet with Queen Esther and be happy.
Now that's what I call a good idea. I want a gallows built tonight, and build it 75 feet high.
But that night, the king could not sleep, so he had the official records of the empire brought and read to him. The part they read included the account of how Mordecai had uncovered the plot to assassinate the king.
Wait. Read that again. The part about Mordecai.
Mordecai, one of the administrators, learned of a plot to kill King Xerxes. The plot was made by Bigthana and Teresh, two of the palace servants who tried to get entrance to the king's room. Mordecai told Queen Esther, who told the king, and when it was discovered that the plot was to assassinate the king was true, they were hanged.
Mordecai, yes. Mordecai, he saved my life. When was that?
2 years ago, Your Majesty.
2 years? Oh, what have we done to honor him?
Nothing was done to honor him.
Well, we'll have to see about that. Are any of my officials in the palace?
Haman is here waiting to see you, sir.
Ah, perfect timing. Show him in.
Good morning, Your Majesty.
And a good morning it is. Haman, there is someone I very much wish to honor. What should I do for this man?
Who is it the king would rather honor than me? But I must play the part of modesty. O good King Xerxes, for the man the king delights to honor, let them take a royal robe, one the king has worn, and a royal horse from the royal stables, one with a royal crest placed upon its head. Then let the robe and the horse be entrusted to one of the king's most noble princes. Let them robe the man the king delights to honor, and parade him through the city streets proclaiming, "See what is done for the man the king delights to honor."
Yes, I like that idea very much. I like how you think. So, go at once. Here, use this robe. Yes. And find the noblest horse in the stable, and do just as you have suggested for Mordecai the Jew, who sits at the king's gate. Now, do not neglect a single thing you have recommended, because it is how we shall honor Mordecai, who once saved my life. Call Mordecai to my chambers.
Mordecai at the palace gate.
I'm here.
The king requests your presence.
Ah, Mordecai, my apologies to you. Last night I was having a difficult time sleeping and knew there was something I had forgotten, so I had the official records brought in, and in the reading of them, I remembered that you had once saved my life. Now, please forgive me for not having done so until now, but today I want to reward you. Haman, tell him how he shall be honored.
You are to wear the king's robe and sit on the king's horse, so that people can see how the king honors you.
And
what, Your Majesty?
who shall lead the horse? And what shall this nobleman shout to the people?
I will lead the horse, and I will shout, "See what is done for the man the king delights to honor."
Haman, no one can hear you when you're speaking like that. Let me hear you shout it out. Honor Mordecai, because he won't save my life.
See what is done for the man the king delights to honor.
Yes, now put the robe on him and lead him through the streets.
Oh, Zeresh, my lovely wife. Oh, you do not greet me?
We heard about Mordecai.
And let me get this right. See how the king delights to honor. What was that? What was that?
Your enemy has been honored by the king.
He has got so much attention from the king that you can't defeat him.
So you're losing power to the king, so where does that leave you?
I am still Prime Minister.
But for how long? You're losing power to Mordecai.
Mordecai is a Jew, and you cannot overcome him.
So, you are becoming Jew lovers? The lot of you, defectors! Writings on the wall, No. You are becoming Jew lovers. You will die with the Jews. I'll see to it. Haman, who's there?
The king bids you come quickly. The queen's banquet is ready.
You see, I am still next to the king and queen in power. I died with the king and queen tonight. You may die on pig slop for all I care. Get out of my house! Dear Haman's in trouble. Now what shall we do? If we stay with our friends, we'll be caught in the stew. We'll be chopped into pieces and thrown in the pot. We'll be boiled in the soup when the water is hot. I think that dear Haman is going to be fried, so I better save my own hide. Dear Haman's in trouble. Now what shall we do? If we stay with our friends, we'll be caught in the stew.
Queen Esther, you have outdone yourself again.
Yes, cheers to the queen.
Your beauty satisfies my eyes. Your elegant cuisine satisfies my taste. And your charm, that satisfies my heart. And
You're here.
Do you mind if I continue? I'd love to thank you. Queen Esther, you please me very much. But your charm and your beauty, they do not hide your cleverness. You know the way to a man's heart. Tell me what it is that you want and you shall have it, even if it is half my empire.
It please your majesty to grant my humble request. My wish is that I may live, and that my people may live.
Well, now that's a very strange request. Of course you shall live, you and your people, whoever they are. I mean, if they're related to you, surely they're good people.
Oh, we are in danger. My people and I have been sold for slaughter.
My delicate young queen, whoever put such a notion into your head?
It is true, my king. If it were nothing more serious than being sold into slavery, I would have kept quiet and not bothered you about it. But my people and I are about to be destroyed, exterminated.
Who would do such a thing? Who is this man?
Our enemy, our persecutor, is this evil man, Haman.
Haman? You? Kill the queen's people?
It is true. He tricked you into accepting a proclamation that on the 13th day of the month of Adar, all the Jews were to be slaughtered and their wealth plundered. He used your royal ring to seal this edict, and he wears this ring even now.
I agreed to this, and my lovely queen is a Jew?
I am, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
You shut up! You snake! You cockroach!
Queen Esther, I did not mean to harm you. I was but trying to help the kingdom find unity. The Jews set themselves apart.
God has set us apart.
And even though in exile, they have become powerful and wealthy.
It is as it was meant to be.
Especially that Jew Mordecai. He has become an administrator here in the palace. He has no place here.
You are jealous of Mordecai.
Mordecai has no place here.
Mordecai is my cousin. He was like a father to me.
Oh, Queen Esther, I didn't know. Please.
law. Hang Haman on it today. What a mess. Now what am I to do? Queen Esther, you shall have all of the property that belonged to Haman.
My only wish is my life, the life of my cousin Mordecai, and the life of my people.
Mordecai is your cousin,
Yes, it was he who brought me to the palace when we were selected a new queen.
and it was he who I honored today, for he once saved my life. And yes, Haman is a Jew, and his life, your life, is in jeopardy because of this evil edict. I will give I will give Mordecai this ring, and you shall have all of the property that belongs to him.
But please, your majesty, I would place Mordecai in charge of the property.
Now that shall be as you wish. And Mordecai will be my chief advisor, and he will have access to the throne as he wishes.
King Xerxes, Haman will die, but the evil edict that he made out against the Jews remains. My people and I, we will be destroyed and exterminated without mercy by the people of his kingdom.
Rise, Queen Esther, you shall not die.
If it please you, and it seems right to you, please issue a proclamation to keep Haman's orders from being carried out.
I have already ordered Haman to be hanged for his plot against the Jews, and I have given you all of the property that belonged to him, but a proclamation issued in the king's name cannot be revoked. You may, however, have Mordecai write to the Jews whatever you like. Write it in my name and stamp it with the royal seal.
So on the 23rd day of the 3rd month, the month of Sivan, Mordecai called the king's secretaries and dictated a letter to the Jews and to the governors, administrators, and officials of all the 127 provinces from India to Sudan.
I'm giving you a letter in the name of King Xerxes, and it will be stamped with this ring, the royal seal. Write it in the language of each province and deliver it on the fastest horses from the royal stables. Here is the letter. You have heard of the king's edict that all Jews are to be killed, their money and property to be plundered on the 13th of the 12th month of this year. According to the law of the Medes and the Persians, the king's edict cannot be revoked. However, the king issues another order, which is that every Jew in every city in the realm is to organize for self-defense. The Jews may resist the attack of any person from any nationality. Moreover, the Jews may destroy their attackers along with their wives and their children, and they may slaughter them to the last person and take their possessions. This is the new law of King Xerxes.
Do as Mordecai has commanded you.
In this world of time and
And the Jews triumphed over them. In fact, all the provincial officers helped the Jews because they were afraid of Mordecai. The king ordered the bodies of the 10 sons of Haman to be hung in a public and allow the Jews to continue to the next day to kill their enemies. Mordecai sent a notice to all the Jews, near and far, throughout the Persian Empire, that they should make the 14th and 15th day of the month of Adar a holiday every year. And so began the tradition, the Feast of Purim, where the gifts of food were given to one another and to the poor. It was called Purim because Haman had cast the lots, or Purim, to decide which day was the destruction of the Jews. Queen Esther sent her own letter to the people.
To all the Jews in the 127 provinces of the Persian Empire, peace and security be to you. You have been delivered from destruction. We must remember this deliverance by observing the days of Purim on the 14th and 15th days of the month of Adar each year, just as we observe other holy days. Observe this festival of deliverance every year from this time